This is like one of the few times my stream didn't drop in the corner.
Oh yeah. I don't mind to work properly too as well. It's like Gothic Oriana coming out. The farm Froggen had in that last game was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. I think
Citizen Wayne is one of the few people that can play a really strong Ziggs right now in Europe. So I'm really interested to see quite how this goes up against Froggen's Oriana, because we already expected Citizen Wayne's Carthus to be okay against Oriana, and well, it wasn't. The Oriana decimated. So let's see if his Ziggs can do any better, and let's see if we can see any early invade shenanigans.
it was funny because I used to play on Epic, and two of the very, very strong champions that Salsi play are, or my former AP mid is Ziggs and Oriana, and from experience, Oriana beats Ziggs. So, in terms of lane matchup, based on what he tells me, I think Oriana's got the advantage. However, Zig is just very, very good against Irelia. He's really good against Udyr. You get those mines, you drop it in the fight. When Irelia dashes across it to hit somebody, he's gonna hit 7 or 8 mines, and that does about 600 to 800 damage. So it's just very, very good against melee champions.
We do have the entire Na'Vi lineup sitting at the top of this ramp. Now, they've seen Cottonex. CLG know there's at least one person up there. Now, what they're waiting to do, what they were hoping for, is a pesky support or invade just coming to drop a ward at that rate, and they would jump on him, but it didn't really happen. So, that is going to be the extent of our pre-minion spawn activities. And Wicked's going to go back to heal, and well, not heal, he hasn't taken any damage. He's going to go back to grab himself a 4th health potion and make his way to the top lane. While Frogget's going to start, he's going to be Phoenix jungling, so not really uncommon nowadays. There used to be a chance where you could either Phoenix or Tiger, it's up to your preference and the team comp. But Phoenix has just shone through, it's so strong and fast nowadays. As Shen starts his red buff.
So let's go with the lane matchup again. I've been seeing a lot of Jax from Nesrillis. Nesrillis is hard to pronounce, my bad. My English is pretty bad.
I spent a long time screwing it up until Reddy corrected me.
Nesrillis. Anyways, he's been playing Jax pretty much most of the last 4 games I've been spectating, so he's been also doing really, really well. Like I said, Jax is one of those champions where he's not super strong early game, but you let him get to, mid-late game, he's just gonna be one of those guys that can jump in the middle of 5 people and, basically not die and or kill everything. So Shen is camping top. He's looking for that gank on Wicked, which is very, very smart because Irelia does beat Jax in the 2 to like level 9-ish. So if Shen is able to apply a little bit of pressure and or help Jax get a kill or two, it's going to help Jax get to the point where he's going to be able to sustain against Irelia in the early mid game. And
sorry, Frogger's getting caught in the bottom lane. He was evading, stealing onto the blue buff, forced the flash away, took that slow to the back, and the exhaust. Antigen now being taken punishment from Pete and Creepo. They are going to get away, but there's a lot of summoners burnt, and more importantly, the blue buff was completely stolen. Now, Citizen Wayne is not going to have that now, and Froggen, when the normal respawn comes around, Froggen's going to get his own one. So it's going to be a bit of a period where Citizen's on the back foot. We'll see what happens, which you've already said. You think he's going to lose that matchup. And with the blue buff now coming to play as it is, they're only going to get worse. There's now flashes missing on a lot of the champions in the bottom lane. Flash missing on Udyr, which does mean, especially in these early levels, ganks aren't going to be quite as easy. I'll see flash stun from Udyr, not uncommon to see.
Oh, this is dangerous. If Nesrilla stayed around just a little bit more, Irelia would have wanted to dash on him. And I think Irelia does... Oh, yeah, he probably wouldn't be able to kill Jax, but he would be able to force Jax back enough to make him blue pill, but Jax is going to blue pill anyways.
Cottonex coming out into the mid lane. Froggen is forced to use his move speed. Does catch that slow in the backside. Cottonex needs to taunt up over the wall, catches it right on the tip, gets the key strike, gets the Vorpal Blade. Unfortunately, Citizen didn't think it would land. Does get one last bouncing bomb off.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It was in that position where Citizen wasn't sure whether Shen was going to be able to make it over or not. Had he known, he would have been able to get close enough and do a right-click bomb and potentially drop his mine on top of that and just pick up a kill. You know, it would have been really, really close, but definitely not a guaranteed kill, but it would have been a really, really close. And it would have at least forced Orianna to burn her flash.
Froget in the enemy jungle looking for stuff to steal. On the other side of the wall to Nezrelas. Didn't realise he was in there. Instead he settles for taking away 3 of the 4 wraiths. Kotnek talked through the bush.
So basically for this game, you know, my opinion is Na'Vi isn't going to be doing too well early game. If they can survive to the, say, 20-30 minute mark without having less than 2,000 gold under CLG, they're going to be able to pull it for the mid-late game pretty well. However, if they're at the 20-minute mark, under 2,000 gold, and the momentum is in CLG's favor, it's going to be a very, very hard game because throughout the entire game, it's pretty even right now. It's 6.5k to 6.3k. It's more foreseeable that it's going to expand to, say, 7k within the next, like, 3 or 4... I mean, not 7k. It's going to expand to about 1,000 gold difference within the next 2 or 3 minutes. And then maybe up to about 1,000 by the... I mean, up to 2,000 by the 15-minute mark.
Pete just flashed Buckshot and auto attack onto the bottom lane, and Nif is down so low. He's got health potions ticking, but it's only going to take about an auto attack and a half for him to drop, so he's going to blue pill away. But with a flash down on both Pete and on Nif now, bot lane's looking a little bit scary out, especially when these players start to level up. I mean, they should have enough of a time to wait and get those summoners back before Shen hits 6, but we have got 6 in the mid lane. I mean, not quite like a Karthus, but Citizen Wayne Ziggs does have a little bit more of a global presence than Orianna.
So Janna is alone bottom lane, and Ziggs is getting close to that level 6. Oh, he is level 6 already, so if Janna sticks around and is going to get hit 1 or 2 more times, Ziggs can very well just sneak down there and drop his ultimate on. But Ziggs does not know that Udyr is there, and if he gets caught by this Orianna ult, he's going to very well die too.
He needs to get out. There's the Orianna ult, goes down back past the tower, and there is the first blood, just as you predicted. Frogger's going low, they will grab the tower kill. Very nicely done. Citizen Wayne grabs that. Yellow Pete comes back into lane right at the last second to finish off Antigen, as Antigen and Nif were chasing Creeper back to the tower in the bot lane at the same time. And while he used everything he could, Creeper managed to get out of it. Creeper, yeah, he flashed and exhausted, and still managed to survive it. But kill trades going on everywhere.
I am almost certain Orianna could have gotten that kill mid without having Udyr die. Had he used his ult about a second earlier, it would have pulled Zig far enough outside of tower range so that Udyr wouldn't be taking those tower hits. And really, dragging him out would allow him to get more time to get that second bear stance done off too. So even though he got that first blood, you know, in my opinion, he could have done it without sacrificing Udyr.
That makes complete sense. So, baiting Frogger in and under the tower. Good guy, Froggen. What? Never mind. 2 kills to 1. CLG up by 1,000 gold. And let's see how this is going to shape up and play out. We're still early days. 1,000 gold. It makes a difference in the lanes, but it's not going to single-handedly win the game.
You know, you have 1,000 gold. You spread it between 5 players. That's about 200 something gold. So, in terms of advantage, that would be about like 3 wards per player, or a couple, actually quite a bit of health potions. So 1,000 gold this early on, it's not gonna determine who's gonna snowball, but it's enough that there's a clear advantage where they can start gaining global objectives from the gold difference.
Wicked and Nezrelas trading again, and still we're at the point where Nezrelas is losing out on these trades. But as we saw before, Jax takes his time and then he hits that point. He does get a knock up on Antigen in the bot lane. The buckshot goes out, the ult comes out from Graves, and they go low. But Nif did a good job of tanking the initial explosion for that from the ultimate, the collateral damage. So Antigen didn't take too much of it. We are looking at CLG down and around the dragon pen. Don't really want to go for that. I think they were hoping to get kills and then dragon, but the kills didn't come.
So at this point, Cog and Nunu is a lot weaker than Graves Janna, so it's going to take a little bit more before Cog can actually start doing some exchange. He did just hit level 6 recently, so with that living artillery, he's going to be able to poke Cog a little bit, soften him up before there's any real engage. So as soon as Nunu hits level 6 too, if Graves cannot basically kill either of them within a buckshot ultimate and like 3 or 4 right click, Nunu's gonna be able to pop the ultimate under him and just slow him enough where Kogbon can start shredding him. So it's gonna be within the next minute or two that Kog and Nunu is gonna make a turnaround in bottom lane. Because right now they are losing by quite a bit. Although Kog is farming better, you know, but in terms of just straight off fighting, Graves got a slight advantage. Now you give it another minute, I can definitely see Kog just pressuring bottom lane and just pushing him back to tower.
So Na'Vi are down here with Nezreal from the top lane doing the first dragon. Yellow Pete comes in, spots it. It's going to drop relatively uncontested though. CLG were just not ready, not in any position to stop it. Na'Vi just going to walk on out of there. No trouble at all. We do have Kotonix though coming around the backside of Froggen. Ward placed and he actually taunts across into the red buff. Why are you hiding here, Kotonix? Waiting to come around the backside, drops the ward, nothing more serious. We have got bottom lane pressured. He's in the tri-bush, there's no wards here. CLG don't know this. Does he have his ult? He does, so there's an extra shield if they need it. Yellow Pete taking the damage. There's the ult coming down from Citizen Wayne, does do a lot. Great ult comes out from Nif. He does get pushed out of tower range actually by Creepo. He is so low though, one more tower hit would have been all it took. And Na'Vi, not really the best of 4-man dives. With Citizen Wayne's ult being the 4th man. But nobody died, and that's the main thing. Although we do have Froger on Udyr with an Oracle's up hiding in this bot lane bush.
No, that wasn't too bad. They were able to burn both Janna Flash and Grave Flash along with the Grave Seal. So the next time around when they do decide to go hyper aggressive, they're gonna have the Shen ult up. And Graves and Nunu does have both their summer spells, so definitely they're gonna have the bottom lane advantage where you're not gonna see Graves pushing around Kog Nunu anymore. And if they do choose to and get too aggressive, they're gonna get punished for it.
So bottom tower now pretty low as CLG got quite aggressive onto that with the help of Froger. Pete hiding in this bush. Will he get spotted? Not quite. Was waiting on an ult from Antigen, but it didn't come. And now they have both recalled, so this lane is all about Na'Vi for the next couple of minutes. They're going to shove it up into the tower, make sure CLG miss out on some. So yes, try and do some damage back to it as well, even those up. But let's watch it out. Obviously, everyone now at level 6. Plenty of ultimates across the board. And as we mentioned time and time again, Na'Vi have a lot of global presence because of it. They can get all over the map. So how is his mid lane shaping up then? Citizen Wayne on Ziggs, 120 CS, Froggen 125, 1 kill apiece. And well, when we originally predicted it to go very much in Froggen's way, you thought the matchup favoured Orianna. No, that's not a bit to be the case. Citizen playing a really strong character, really strong Ziggs.
Definitely, Ziggs is performing really, really well. You know, I felt, there you go, I said I felt, but I felt that if Orianna was able to land the ultimate earlier on Ziggs instead of letting Udyr die, it would have just spread that gold difference a little bit more and basically give him a bigger advantage against Ziggs. But you know, right now it's just is very, very even mid. Even though I predicted that Orianna is gonna have a much easier time, he definitely is. He's not going to be able to zone Zig out from farming because the bomb is so strong, but in terms of ganking and fighting, Ziggs has no potential to gank.
Apart from this one in the bottom lane, he does get the full combo out. Citizen Wayne grabs the kill onto Yellow Pete. Creeper dodging that last bouncing bomb. A big face kick into Kotonix, which is where this all started. He flashes for the key strike. Bouncing bomb still missing again, and Citizen Wayne will finally get the kill with an auto attack. Puts him on a killing spree. But Creepo, he dodged so many bouncing bombs there. That was amazing play.
It's ironic that I said Ziggs doesn't have potential for ganks and he gets 2 kills. What I meant is there's no gank potential for the jungler in mid. If mid chooses to gank, or a jungler chooses to gank mid, there's not enough damage and not enough CC for Ziggs to follow up a kill.
They do gank onto mid lane. Froggen grabs, gets taken down, and Froggen, in fact, he's got an Oracle's to lose as well. Nezreal needs to leap out of there though. Can't quite take that tower for much longer. Really nicely done. Kotonix led in with the taunt, held Froggen in place, and then the counter strike came out of Jax as he leaped onto Froggen. So as soon as the taunt ran out, he stunned her. Ziggs then came in, did the rest of her abilities and her moves, while Shen stood out of turret range and cast his ultimate onto Jax to give him the shield for that extra few turret hits.